Hey everyone, Magic Lover coming at you a little legacy action. Playing my new build. Draw a card, draw a card. Yeah, I'll keep it. Got a couple beaters, not a lot of land, but ways to find more and fix it. So I think this is a good start. And got a counter spell, so I can at least stop one piece of badness. Let's see what my opponent is playing. I have been probed. I feel violated. So pretty confident my opponent is not on elves or death and taxes. Yeah, that's a pretty confident call right there. Usually this is going to mean Rug Delver. Certainly with the Volcanic now it's gearing that way. Could also be Sneak and Show since we went Probe into Ponder. So thinking Rug Delver or more likely Sneak and Show. We will see. I'm going to lean out probably with my own Ponder to hopefully set up my land drops. What do we got? Krakus, I like that. So I got enough for Chasm Skulker, and of course top is the one extra draw card per turn, if I want to spend the one extra mana. Second probe. So I have the choice next turn of putting the top down or keeping up the counterspell. Obviously, if I keep up the islands, he knows about the counterspell, but that could force him to play a little different line, depending on what he's on. Of course, I'm not going to win the counterspell with Sneak and Show. That's a good sign. Got all my Bant colors. Yeah, I'll keep the counterspell open. I guess it could also be miracles. But I'd imagine would have had a little different, either a top or a counterbalance by now, thinking maybe. But, ooh. Rug Delver? Still not 100% sure what I'm playing. That's just a function of me not playing as much Legacy as I'd like to. Another Ponder. He's digging so hard. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to counter this. Probably not the best. But you know what? I need to get some action down. I'm not going to hold that counter spell up all day. So let's start getting some beats in. Any deck that, Ponder, Preordained, Probe, it's all about time. Just going through the deck, finding what they need. So if I can put the clock on them, and a couple clocks that will be growing rapidly. Trying this out on suggestion of some viewers as another, creature that says whenever you draw a card, put a counter on it, just like Quaddle. We'll see how it works. I mean, obviously it's got the pros of being less mana required, and when something gets when it gets bolted, I do get some value out of it with the squid tokens as opposed to Quaddle. It does start at 2 though, as opposed to starting at 1. So pros and cons. I'm running 4 Quaddle, 3 Skulkers. We'll see how that works. Might be a little too heavy on the top end, but we'll find out. in the early stages of just testing with this deck. Sad that I haven't seen a library yet. And about what 8% of my remaining cards are Sylvan Library. Some, yeah. Pyromancer. Sure. There we go. Let's get that color out. I think it only doesn't know about 2 lands here. Sure. I like his choice of counterspell. The old Jace action. Unfortunately, I have flooded out a little bit here. I do have to work on the mana base a bit. I mean, the top of my curve is 3, is the Skulkers and the Quaddles. Everything else is 1s and 2s. So I probably am not sure, where I am on the lands, but guess, and I'm a little heavy at 23. And that's 6 fetches, so I could probably up the fetch count, get some duels in there. Right now I've got is the duels I've had from other decks, shock lands. So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming I can up the fetch count, lower the total land count, and make a little more use of this, have a little more gas. But we shall see. Lost connection. Okay, I'll pause. Come back when he comes back. And we're back. So I'm obviously not going to block here with this and trade off my growing creature with one of his... bummer. Murderous Cut. If I wasn't flooded out here, it'd be nice. Maybe I shouldn't have countered that Ponder. Just saved it for something a little saucier. Because we're probably going to get delved here. Yep. Dig through time. It's not looking good. Our only permanents and cards in hand are lands. Sure. That's a start. Not much of one since I can't really block effectively. Noble, much less stock when you draw it on turn 5 as opposed to having it in your opener. Children of Corliss will be a nice pull here if I grab one. But I really do need to start with or find really quickly, excuse me, a Sylvan Library. Got 4 in the deck. I just need to come to the party. So I'm on what I'll assume is a 2-turn clock. He's got to have some bolts in there. This is my dead draw turn if I don't get something like a Quaddle. I think I'm pretty dead. Preordain, when you just can't legally play Ponders and Brainstorms anymore. Ooh, another land. Okay. Flood it out a little bit. Let us... Rest in Peace is actually a fun one here. Canonist ain't bad. It's another critter. actually going to drop the land count. I'm going to go one less forest. I'll even do one less island. Want some more Finks. Don't think I'm going to win the Counterspell War. I'll drop one of those. Another Fink in there. Path and Swords I still want in. Corliss I still want in. Chase might be a bit too slow. Give this a shot. That's a little better opener. I'll keep that. So we get a noble and a library on turn 2. I will lead with a library in case he dazes me. Uh-oh. Might be getting... Oh no, I thought I might be getting therapy there, but thankfully not. Okay, let's Spell Pierce. Brainstorm. So he considers this forcible. I'm glad he's pitching Brainstorm without a fetch open on my turn. So he gets one deeper. That's good. Okay. Like that. Might have wanted to put the Corliss down there so I could draw the 2 extra, save the 8 life. I don't know. That might have been a better play there. I mean, I could still play the Corliss. Forked Bolt. That sucks. Always yes. Always yield. Right. Let's get that breeding pool. Let's get the children out. Okay. Sure. So he's playing very defensively so far. Wow. Let's see what the third card is. It's going to counter that too. Okay. Interesting. Looks like I should have just taken the 2 and sacked the 8 before I gave him a chance to bolt it. Haven't played this matchup or this deck much, so this will be interesting. Please don't counter, please don't counter. No stifle. There we go. Keeping the brainstorm so I can get a Quaddle or a Skulker out of burn range in response to a bolt. And without a fetch, I'm really not doing too much. I mean, I'm getting 3 anyway. What's he going to do here? Bolt me? Or probe me? Brainstorm, sure. Yep. Come on, let's find me a critter. Find me a critter. I like that. I will pay to keep that in hand. Critter be good. Snappy. On counterspell, sure. Second thought, maybe the rest in pieces should have come in here. I think this is a very difficult matchup for us. I guess one argument could be made if I go after Squid, Horror, and Snake. Not gonna work for... Maybe if I just stick to Lore Scale and jam a couple caverns in here, I won't have to worry about... I won't have to worry about counter spells. Null Rod, right. And I have 1 blue source and 5 green ones. Yeah. So we're dead. That's a bummer. It's gonna dig through time just to make sure we're dead. Sure. Nice if I had a second blue source there. We'll at least make it a 4/4. He brought in Null Rod against me. Wow. Like, the one artifact in my deck, and I didn't play it last game? That's pretty impressive. Oh, Sensei Stop. I get it. I was like, what damage was he expecting? He might have thought it was counterbalance. Which, when you see top in blue, is probably correct. I'm not going to bother. Anyway, that's a tough matchup, but interesting one. Thanks for watching.